Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about what exactly the survivors and the victims of narcissistic abuse want in their life. Yeah, a lot of us, often wonder what exactly do these survivors and victims want in their life. Yeah, so we are going to try and navigate that. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So let us briefly understand what does narcissistic abuse feel like. So when you are in a narcissistic relationship, you are confused all the time. You feel responsible, for the narcissist's, feelings and emotions. You feel that it's your duty to make them feel good. Yeah, life is like walking on eggshells when you are in relationship with a narcissist or when you are raised by narcissistic parents. So before doing something or before saying something, you have to think 10,000 times. Yeah, because you really don't know what word and action of yours can set off the narcissist, and then the narcissist is going to throw rage at you. The narcissist is going to swear at you, minimize you, and antagonize you in a lot of horrible ways. So as a result of which, experiencing all of that bad stuff, we learn to become more observant. We learn to play safe. Yeah, so before doing anything or before speaking anything, we think it through 10,000 times and only then we say. Yeah, and this is basically to keep ourselves safe. We learn to shapeshift when we are in narcissistic relationships, and the conditioning is basically done from the start, since the time you get into a narcissistic relationship or since the time you're born in a narcissistic family. The conditioning begins, and the important part of this entire conditioning is to make you feel guilty, to use shame and guilt to train you to do and be the way the narcissist approves of. Yeah, so every time you try and be authentic or every time you try and do things differently, you are treated in a very bad way. Yeah, you are guilt tripped, you are shamed for being authentic. So we are trained and conditioned not to be ourselves. We are trained and conditioned not to be our authentic self. Yeah, every time we try and do things our way or every time we try and be authentic, we are shamed. Yeah, and we begin to believe that there is no room for authenticity. I cannot be the version that I want. I need to be the version the narcissist approves of, what my narcissistic parent wants, what my narcissistic spouse wants. So, in a way, we tend to lose ourselves with excessive gaslighting, manipulation, triangulation. Our reality, our perception gets distorted, and as a result of which we lose a grip over our own reality. Yeah, we are gaslit to such an extent that we begin to second guess our own thoughts and feelings. Yeah, we are unable to function without the approval and validation of the narcissist. Yeah, so the narcissist trains us, the narcissist conditions us to prioritize them and to betray our own self, to respect them, honor them, and do things their way, and that's it. Yeah, the narcissist keeps minimizing your feelings, your emotion, your achievement, your wants and desire. Everything is minimized, ridiculed, yeah, made fun of. So you are not allowed to even express yourself. Yeah, so when we get such a bad treatment for expressing what's inside of us and expressing our emotion and feeling, we learn that expressing our feeling and emotion is a bad thing in this relationship. It will never be seen, it will never be validated, and I will never be seen and heard. Yeah, So I need to keep all of that aside. I need to, keep aside my emotions and feelings. Yeah, because there is no room for it. In a narcissistic relationship, the conversations, the interactions are very monological. It is not a dialogical, yeah, where it is two-way. So in a narcissistic relationship, the narcissist is the speaker and you have to be the listener. Yeah, you can never be the speaker and they can never be the listener. Yeah, so it's pretty one way. And that chokes us, that suffocates us. Yeah, so narcissistic relationship also comprise of stonewalling. The narcissist wouldn't allow you to go deeper. The narcissist wouldn't allow you to complete you know what you have to say, or wouldn't allow you or give you room to express yourself. Yeah, they are going to change the topic, walk out of the room, dismiss, deny, invalidate, minimize, and that's it. So there is a lot of stonewalling in narcissistic relationships. Plus there is a lot of triangulation. The narcissist is going to tell you what he or she doesn't like. I mean, something that you're doing that they don't approve of, and something that they don't like. But they are going to also pass across the same message through their flying monkeys and enablers. So the enablers are going to come in and torment you. The flying monkeys are going to be summoned and they're going to come at you and they're going to torment you. Well, your father doesn't like all these things, you should stop doing it. Well, your mother doesn't approve of all these things. What would your husband think if you do this? What would your wife think? So basically, these enablers and flying monkeys, they come and normalize the narcissist's, abusive behavior, bad behavior, and they gaslight you in return to simply follow, obey the narcissist, and that's it. Everything will be good, everything will be happy if you simply keep following the narcissist. So, we are really messed up psychologically when we are with narcissists or when we are raised by narcissists. Yeah, we, tend to lose ourselves. The longer we are with narcissists, we tend to lose our own self. Yeah, and this is because there is no room to be ourselves. Yeah, narcissist doesn't encourage and motivate us to be ourselves. They will keep shaming us every time we try and be ourselves, every time we try and uphold boundaries, every time we talk about privacy and demand space. They are going to run all over us and shame us for having needs, shame us for upholding boundaries. They are going to vehemently label us that you are being selfish, you are being ungrateful, you are being mean. So this is how narcissistic relationships are. So what do these survivors and victims want? Yeah, after going through all of that, after experiencing all of that, and not having a physical scar but scar up here, I mean, what exactly do they want? The first thing that victims and survivors want is normal, stable, and calmness. Yeah, because in a narcissistic relationship, it's all drama, chaos. Narcissists are very reactive. Even if you try and tell them something good, they are going to react and do a number on you instead. They are going to play victim. They are going to, project you as the bad one in front of the others. They are going to put up a show where they pretend to be the victim and you are the abuser. You are someone who's tormenting them and harassing them. So a narcissist never encourages you to have an open and a direct communication with them. Yeah, so all of the good stuff is missing. I mean, to sum it up, anything and everything that is good, healthy, communication style, the way how relationships are formed, all of those stuff is missing in a narcissistic relationship. So every survivor and victim wants that stability. Every victim and survivor wants that calm and peace. Yeah, less drama, less chaos, an environment that makes them feel safe, an environment that is predictable. Yeah? The second thing that victims and survivors want is open and direct communication. Communication with a narcissist is always, gaslighting, triangulation, passive aggressive, verbal abuse, sometimes physically abusive behavior, you can never have a open and a healthy, discussion or communication with the narcissist. The narcissist, will lay out the rules, and they will tell you what consequences, you will attract if you try and go south, or if you try and go your own way. So, communication is never direct and open. It's always via some enabler, via some flying monkey, and they are going to manipulate you, they are going to gaslight you. So, communication is nowhere healthy where they are directly telling you what they want. Yeah, they will not be telling you, hey, I don't like this. They will tell you, what will people say, what will your aunt say, have you ever thought about my name and image in the society that I have built over all these years? You're going to ruin it. So, they are not simply going to convey what they want or what they have to say. They're going to add in salt and pepper, and they're going to, make it as if, it's a very big deal. Yeah, it's a very big problem. Yeah, so they are never going to, talk directly and, tell you what they want and what they don't want. Yeah, coverts have their own, style. Grandiose has their own style. So basically, apart from open and direct communication, you will have everything, when you are communicating with a narcissist: passive aggressive behavior, stonewalling, silent treatment, gaslighting, manipulation, triangulation. Everything is there apart from open and direct communication. So, victims crave, survivors want that open and, direct communication, not through this one, not via this person. We are tired. I was tired of, such dialogues and conversations, which always included someone or the other, which was always through someone or the other. And I often used to wonder why others are so interested in me. And then, I realized that others are not interested. It's the, narcissistic parent, it's my narcissistic partner, who wants things their way, and they cannot, communicate directly. So they are, putting the entire thing onto someone else's shoulder. Yeah, so they are, doing the indirect, communication. They are bringing in other people to talk on their behalf. They are bringing in other people to gaslight me, to shame me. So conversation never used to be direct and open, and that was something which was quite annoying and irritating. But that's how things are. I learned it, after some time. I used to feel pathetic as to why my uncles are coming into the scene and trying to educate me and tell me, and why, a third person is coming in and, telling me what to do, what not to do, and how I need to, preserve my father's name, honor, and image. And I never used to understand what exactly was happening. Why are they so concerned about my father's image? Why are they so concerned about, my father's feelings and emotions? And, with time, I got to know that he is not communicating it directly. He's, summoning his flying monkeys and enablers to go and torment me psychologically. Yeah, so, we survivors, victims, we want open and direct communication. We are literally tired of, um, getting the instruction indirectly through someone, and, in a dramatic way. We want things to be simple, easy, open, and direct communication, one-on-one communication. The third thing that, survivors and victims want in their life is honesty. In a narcissistic relationship, the base is all lie. Yeah, the narcissist puts up a, false facade around himself or herself, and that is based on withholding facts, misconstruing, facts, lying, deceiving, manipulating things. So, they are never their real self. Yeah, they have inability to be their authentic self, and as a result of which, they build a false facade. Coverts have their own unique way of projecting themselves as someone who has been victimized, brutalized, and antagonized by the entire universe. Grandiose have their own style. They learned it the hard way, and they are who they are because of their struggle. And some of them even project a very grandiose image that they deserve, and that's the reason they have it. They have their different style, but all of it, all that facade and image that they build around themselves to keep themselves safe, is based on lies. And slow and steady, we get to know that my mother is not what she, pretends in front of the others. My husband is not what he pretends outside. My father is not what he pretends outside. Yeah, my wife is not what she pretends in front of the others. She's absolutely a different person. We can see that. Yeah, and as a result of which we feel betrayed, but we are stuck in the relationship, and it gets very difficult for us to come out. Yeah, so somewhere or the other, we crave for honesty. Yeah, and this is because we feel cheated and betrayed. Yeah, all this while, my mother is horrible with me, but in front of the others, she's so religious and pious. My wife is so abusive with me. My wife is exploiting me, but in front of the others, she's pretending to be a devoted and an amazing wife. Yeah, so they have these dual images. Yeah, they will be someone else in front of the others, and they'll be absolutely demonic individuals when they are with you in the personal space. So we as victims, we want relationship that is based on honesty and truth. We don't want layers and layers of facts that has been withheld, things that has been misconstrued, events that has been fabricated and added, and which is not true at all. Yeah, so we want something which is more concrete, honest, and based on truth. And it's absolutely normal for someone to expect truth and honesty. Yeah, and that's what we crave after being in a narcissistic relationship, and after being raised by narcissistic parents. All what we want is whatever relationship we start or get into, we want the foundation to be based on truth and honesty. We don't want layers of lies and deception and illusion that is very skillfully crafted by the narcissist. We get a taste of how things are when we are with narcissists, so we really don't want that in our personal space. We really don't want that in our relationships. We want the base to be honest and truth. We really don't want it to be layers and layers of lies, deception. We really don't want that. The fourth thing that survivors and victims of narcissistic abuse crave and want in their life is sense of safety and belonging. Because when you are with a narcissist, the narcissist can really ignore you, treat you with silent treatment, stonewall you, um, treat you like a total stranger. Yeah, they are expert in treating you horribly. Yeah, in the most dehumanizing way. They can treat you if you set them off, or if you do things your way and not the way they want you to do. So within a second, they can make you feel miserable, they can make you feel abandoned, they can make you feel like a furniture, yeah, as someone who's worthless and useless. And that's a very miserable feeling. When you are with your loved ones, you want to feel safe, you want to have that sense of belonging. Yes, um, I mean, my mother is behind me. Yeah, no matter what I do, my mother is there to support me, encourage me. No matter what I do, my husband is there, yeah, at the back of me. No matter what I do, my wife is always there to support me. No matter what I do, my father is there. you know Ideally, that's how things are in a healthy, somewhat healthy setup. But in a narcissistic setup, you will be discarded, you will be treated in the worst ways, yeah, and that includes, being treated like a complete stranger. All of a sudden, love and affection vanishes in thin air, and you are just treated like a stranger. You are treated as someone who's invisible. You are not seen and heard. You are ignored. Yeah. So we, the victims and the survivors, we want a sense of safety and belonging. Yeah, we want a safe environment. We want a relationship where we feel safe. Yeah, we don't want to be in a relationship where we are all the time anxious, stressed. Yeah, we really don't want that. We want to be with individuals, or we want to get into relationship where we feel safe. The next thing that victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse want in their life is exchange of thoughts and ideas. I might feel, a certain way about something, and you might feel absolutely opposite, and it's absolutely okay to, communicate that. Yeah, I feel, this way about this thing, you feel that way, and it's absolutely okay. You get to know, what my thoughts and feelings are, and I get to know what your thoughts and feelings are. Yeah, so that's how, we lay foundation of a healthy relationship where we understand, communicate. There is, open communication, and we exchange our thoughts and ideas. But there is no room for all of that in a narcissistic relationship. You will be handed, the rule book. You have to do this, and if you fail to do this, you know what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to treat you horribly. I'm not going to see you or hear you. I'm going to throw silent treatment. I'm going to withhold all that love and affection. I'm going to emotionally manipulate you. I'm going to summon my flying monkeys and enablers and, torment you. Yeah, triangulate things, gaslight you on a regular basis. Every victim and survivor of narcissistic abuse wants that exchange of thoughts and ideas, yeah, in the relationship where they are also heard and seen, and you are also heard and seen. Yeah, so we crave for the healthy stuff which we miss when we are with narcissists, or when we are raised by narcissistic parents. So we crave for that exchange of thoughts and ideas, so that I can understand you better, and if you will know about me, and if I will exchange my thoughts and ideas and opinion, you would be able to understand me better. Yeah, so we crave for that healthy connection, and as a result of which we want these things that is missing in the narcissistic relationship. So we crave for the healthy stuff, and this is what we want when we are away from narcissists, when we are not in relationship with the narcissist anymore. We want to start things in a healthy way. We want to experience the healthy stuff, and this is one of the things that we crave in our life. Yeah, exchange of thoughts and ideas. The next thing that survivors and victims want in their life is zero manipulation. I was tired of being manipulated by my father. I was tired of being manipulated by my mother. And every time they used to bring in religion, their name, honor, this, that, their social image, social status, family name. Ah, and they used to manipulate me. They used to use their love and affection as a bargaining chip. I'm not going to speak to you if you don't do things this way. You just don't care about us. You are a thankless child. You are not grateful for the things that we do for you. You are just not ready to take the responsibility of our happiness. And I often used to wonder and think, and sometimes I used to ask them, why should I, be responsible for your happiness? Yeah, I mean, I used to, be happy all by myself. They used to beat me up, treat me miserably, but somewhere or the other, I used to, try and keep myself happy by painting, by playing, by doing this and that. I used to try and, engage myself, and I used to, derive some bit of happiness out of those, things. But, upon asking these questions as to why I should be responsible for your name, honor, happiness, and all of that, they used to have no, logical answer. All what they used to tell us, that this is how it is from ancient time. Parents do the best they can. I mean, the bare minimum which every parent is expected to do. And in return, you have to be devoted to them. In return, you have to be loyal to them. In return, you have to become a carpet, a doormat to them, yeah, at their service. And they can run over you, do the dirty dance, and that's it. So, the moment I started, growing up, the moment I started realizing as to what was happening and how things are, functioning in this family, I, started hating all of these stuffs. They never used to, tell me that they don't want me to do this and that. They used to, bring in another person to do the talking, so that they are not seen as the bad parent, yeah. But the other person comes and, conveys their, wants and desire. So, it was quite confusing, and I was really irritated, yeah. And as a result of which, I wanted to be in a place where, people were not that manipulative, where people were not into, manipulating anything and everything, yeah. Like, my parents used to, put a lot of pressure on me to be good in studies, and I was not that great in studies. Yeah, I was a good student, but I was not a genius. I was not a, someone who used to score good grades. And in at home, the environment was horrible. It was not healthy at all the time. They used to fight amongst themselves, argue. There was all the time, drama and chaos, and they used to expect me to be a topper. In such an environment, they, used to burden me with all those unrealistic expectations. And they used to manipulate me in a lot of ways, yeah. And when they, saw that their manipulation is not working, they started, taking things to a whole different level, yeah. Like physically beating me, verbally abusing me, not giving me food, not giving me, the basic things, that the child requires. So, they used to do all sorts of horrible things whenever their manipulation, used to fail. Because I was growing up, I was understanding what, all of this is. And I knew that they are never going to, tell me things directly. They are going to either, convey things through this cousin, that uncle, this neighbor, this family friend. And it was quite embarrassing, yeah. I wanted a open direct communication with my, parent. And, you know uh, kids also have some, self-respect and self-esteem. Kids are also human. It's just that they are tiny, but that doesn't mean that, they can be treated, you know in any manner that you can think of. Kids are human as well. It's just that, they need support and that nurture, yeah. So, I used to, understand that this is not how, things are. Because I used to go to school, communicate with other kids, and, things were different. I used to go to, you know some of my classmates' house also, and their parents were really amazing. And I could see, yeah, only because I stepped out and started interacting with other people, meeting my friends, going to their places, I was able to understand that my family is horrible. Yeah, the environment at home is toxic. Yeah. So I understood that they are manipulating me. They are manipulating me into doing things. Yeah. There is lots of emotional manipulation happening. Yeah. They are, confiscating all that love and affection. They are withholding love and affection, throwing silent treatment at me, communicating in a passive aggressive way. And I never used to feel good. When I used to see my other friends, their parents were, practicing open and direct communication, and there was no emotional manipulation. Yeah, it was quite open, and the kids were, confident, and they used to tell me that my mother is there. Even if I do not perform good in my exam or anything, my mother is going to help me, and I'm sure I'm going to achieve it. This is the way how those kids used to talk and communicate. And I used to wonder, what great parents, my classmates have. And there was nothing great about it. They were healthy individuals. Yeah, those kids were lucky. But in, my family, oh, it was all about manipulation. Yeah, nothing was direct and open. Everything, was a product of manipulation. Yeah. The next thing that the victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse want in their life is that, the life should be stable and predictable, and life shouldn't be like walking on eggshells. Yeah, so in a narcissistic relationship, we are scared to say what we feel or what we think, because we know that it will not be entertained. Yeah, and in worst case scenario, the narcissist is going to do a number on us. Yeah, so the narcissist is never going to, hear us or validate us and, let us speak. Yeah, so when we, become independent, or when we come out of narcissistic relationship, we, want to stay away from that experience. Yeah, the walking on eggshell experience. We really don't want to be in any of the relationship where it is like walking on eggshells, where I have to think 10,000 times before uttering a word. What if this hurts him? What if this hurts her? I really don't want that. And that happened with me also. I had to, always, think, multiple times, and I always had to, hold myself back. I cannot reply, I cannot say things, otherwise, my parents used to do a number on me. Why are you talking? You're disrespecting, you cannot answer back your parent, and this and that. I mean, they, throw a lot of, BS at you. These narcissistic parents, narcissistic partners, under the guise of care, concern. I'm the parent, I'm, doing it for your good. But trust me, they are simply manipulating you. They are, breaking you and shattering you into 100 pieces that you will, end up collecting and, patching yourself, for your future. So, we, victims and the survivors of narcissistic abuse, we want a relationship which is stable, which is very predictable, and a relationship where we don't have to think, 100 times, where we don't have to, you know uh, walk on eggshells. Yeah, where we can just be ourselves and we can communicate directly, we can, express what is in our heart. We really don't have to worry, what if my this hurts her, what if my this hurts him. I am allowed to be myself. Yeah, when you are not allowed to be yourself in a relationship, that's the time when you feel as if you are walking on eggshells, when you are not allowed to express yourself, when you are not heard and seen for who you are. you know that's what, makes you feel as if you're walking on eggshells, because you really don't want to set off the narcissist. You know that, when the narcissist is angry, or when the narcissist is hurt, or when the narcissist has ego injury or narcissistic injury, you know what they are going to do with you. And, as children or as partners, we really don't want that. We want peace and stability, and we tend to shapeshift. Okay, let me not speak anything, let me not, voice out my opinion, let me not express what I feel and think about things. Yeah, let me just mute and numb all of that, and let me just be the way he or she wants. The next thing that victims and survivors want is room to be authentic. In a narcissistic relationship, we are not allowed to be authentic. Authenticity is something that enrages the narcissist. If you're authentic, narcissist will lose control over you. If you are authentic, you might not listen and buy the bullshit that the narcissist throws at you. Yeah, so the narcissist is going to gaslight you, shame you, and guilt trip you so that you don't become your authentic self. Yeah, but deep inside, we want to be our authentic self. Yeah, and we wait for that time and moment in life where we can be our authentic self. So we crave that in our life where we can be our 100%, and we are loved and respected for who we are, where we don't have to shape shift and morph and be the way the narcissist approves of. Yeah, so this is also one of the most important thing that we survivors and victims of narcissistic abuse crave in our life. Yeah, where we can be authentic and we are respected, appreciated for who we are. The next thing that survivors and victims want in their life is being appreciated and validated. Healthy validation, healthy appreciation is quite motivational. It motivates you to do even more. Yeah, but all of that is missing. We are not good enough in narcissistic relationship. Yeah, we were never good enough for our narcissistic parents. We were never good enough for our narcissistic spouse. So we were never validated. Tiny bit of crumbs was thrown at us to keep us on hook. Yeah, but we were always reminded that we can do much better. Look at his wife, look at her son. Yeah, so we were always reminded that there is a better person out there who's better than us. We were never appreciated for who we are. We were never appreciated for our efforts, yeah, and for our input. We were never appreciated. Tiny bit of breadcrumbs were thrown. Oh yeah, you did well. Yeah, but you need to see her son. He's bought a mansion, he's bought two luxury cars. Yeah, so the narcissistic parent is never going to uh, validate your effort. The narcissistic parent is never going to appreciate your effort, even if it is tiny bit. They are not going to do that. They are the entitled ones. They bred you for a reason and purpose, and that's it. So you need to validate them. You need to appreciate them. You need to be indebted to them and not the other way around. Yeah, so we as survivors and victims, we want that healthy validation and appreciation. Yeah, that is something which every human seeks, and it feels good to be validated. Yeah, we feel good. We feel as if we have accomplished something, we have done something, and that is what motivates us to keep moving forward. Yeah, when our loved one tells us that, hey, you have done so well, yeah, I'm sure you're going to do even more. You are on the right track. Wow, thank you so much, you have done it so beautifully. Yeah, I just love it, the things that you have done for me. We feel good. Yeah, we really feel seen and heard. We really feel validated that yes, I have done something, and let me keep doing the best that I can. Yeah, but narcissistic parents don't want all of that. They simply want you to do a set of things for them and keep doing it, and keep validating them, keep appreciating them, keep respecting them, keep honoring them, keep bowing down to them and telling them you are such an amazing parent, I'm indebted to you, and all of that. Yeah, but you don't expect anything in return. Yeah, you shouldn't expect anything in return from the narcissist. They'll do the bare minimum, shift the burden onto your shoulder, and now you have to do things. That's all. Yeah, so yes, as victim and survivor, we want to be appreciated. Yeah, we want to be validated. That makes us feel good and that motivates us. And the last thing that we survivors and victims of narcissistic abuse uh, want in our life is a relationship where love is not used as bargaining chip. In a narcissistic household, if you're raised by narcissistic parents, or if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, love is used as a bargaining chip. If you love me, you'll do this. If you love me, you'll do this way. If you really love me, you're going to do this. If you are really in love with me, you are going to leave your friends. If you are really in love with me, you are going to abandon your loved ones. If you're really in love with me, you are going to do things my way. If you are really in love with me, you will have to do things, that I approve of, and that's it. If you want my love and affection, you'll do things my way. If you fail to do so, all that love and affection is going to vanish in thin air. So, love is used as a bargaining chip by narcissistic parents, narcissistic spouse, whatever the setup is. Yeah, and after some time, we are able to see, and we are saturated. We are just saturated with love being used as a bargaining chip, and then we start paying less heed to it. So whenever the narcissist wants to emotionally blackmail us or manipulate us by using their love as a bargaining chip, we simply give up, and we simply tell them that it's okay, don't speak to me, it's okay, don't do it for me, it's okay, you know just let me be, or just let me go, okay, fine, leave me. Yeah, so we are pushed to that extent. And when we take some drastic step, then we are scapegoated. And then the narcissist is going to run smear campaign against us. So they are going to keep pushing you, and they are not going to get their hands dirty because they have an image to maintain. So yes, coming back to this, using love as a bargaining chip, I mean, I was also bored and irritated and, really done, you know, with my parents and my partner using love as a bargaining chip. If you love me, if you honor me, if you respect me, you'll do this. You will do this for our name, for family honor, and all that BS. So, we then look for a relationship where love is not used as a bargaining chip, where love is something that binds us. Yeah. So yes, these were a couple of things that these survivors, the victims of narcissistic abuse, want in their life. Yeah, and all of these things are missing when you are with a narcissist, or when you are raised, by narcissistic parents, or if you are married to a narcissist or in relationship with a narcissist. These things are missing, and we want that. Yeah, we, you know, um, are human, and we want the human stuff. Yeah, it's just that we are trained and conditioned to shapeshift. But deep inside, deep within, we all want happiness. We all want, good experience. Yeah, we all want to feel safe and stable. We all want to be in that predictable environment. We all want to experience that calmness. We all want an honest, relationship. We all, crave for an open and direct communication. Yeah, but all of that is missing. Yeah. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.